Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. Today's song was chosen in a live stream by our viewers, you. Thank you to everybody that attended and helped us craft our Kickstarter. Those results are now live, and you can see how that conversation influenced our Kickstarter. Now I'm excited to get to dig into the song that you recommended, Call Me by Blondie. Let's get to it. I love the way that this beginning sets the stage for just a very bold message. It feels like it's like, hey, I'm gonna go get something. It's like boom, 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 boom. It feels like it's revving us up and we're excited for something fun. I love that. Oh, that's a fun effect. We should do that more. I want more music with that. I really appreciate the suggestion, y'all. I have only first heard Blondie in Heart of Glass, and she has so much attitude in that and a lot of lightness. There are glimpses of this just blatant power as well. And I feel that this song definitely shows that more powerful holler that she has inside. She feels like such an iconic person, Debbie, right? Not just Blondie, but Debbie. Debbie seems like an iconic person to me who uh, basically was just a big supporter of empowering women, but maybe just empowering all people. I'd like to say that. And this song has a certain demand to it. Like it demands that you pay attention. Her voice demands that attention. There's a lot of really good things to say here, but I think I want to go back to her vocal entrance and maybe pick out a couple of ways that I hear that power being integrated. It was about 20 seconds, I think. I like this. So that's the first sign of power, is in a legato line, being able to sustain intensity between pitches. That tells you that there's a connection to something deeper in the support, and that often makes it connected for those high notes so she can really belt them out. I greatly appreciate the way that she gets up to the top and she's just belting those high notes. But as she comes back down, she continues to maintain power and cut in the voice. voices naturally lose power as they go lower, really until they switch into a different register. That's if there's a register available, of course, to switch into. She continues to focus the sound really well. I think she helps it even out by adding even more power from her support system to really maintain this consistency in the sound. It's remarkably smooth and powerful throughout. Let's keep going. I like that rhythm too. Oh, spicy harmony. That was awesome. That harmony, a lot of times when harmonies move, they don't move exactly in a parallel fashion, especially if there are certain intervals apart, meaning certain distances between the two notes that are being sung. In this case, there are moments when that harmony is moving where it almost harkens back to some sort of like Gothic cathedral and how those harmonies are shaped. And there are moments where it gets spicy. There's like a little tonal shift in there in the middle as well. It got very exciting. I think that this harmony works so well though, because both voices are still very direct and very unapologetic about any shifts that happen. They're just like, this is the way it is. Just make a little side note in this break between, I think, the second chorus and maybe another verse. We'll see. I did choose this version. It is 8 minutes long, so much longer than a lot of versions that we played on the radio. And that's because I wanted to hear all that's there, right? A lot of times things are cut down for radio or for music videos. And I know that our viewers, who were the people that helped me out with building the Kickstarter campaign, y'all, I know that you often appreciate the full album versions. Whenever we have an extra long version, we've heard from you that that is often your most preferred. I know everybody has their opinions. Sometimes there are different ones. But we've overwhelmingly heard appreciation when I do that full length of song, even though I don't get to see what's happening in the live singer. So I really wanted to do this and say thank you once again for helping us design this Kickstarter campaign. It means so much to me to have your help. So I'm gonna go back just a little bit and keep going. I get that one again. This like reminds me of those little balls that do this on the desk, right? I imagine that's the sound that they make. It's like hypnotizing with audio. Ooh, key shift. Key change, we just stepped up a key. Exciting. Wow. just got a really awesome set of pipes. I love her tone quality. I love the way that she has so much clarity in her power, and it's beautiful at the same time. I love having this, there's an airiness and etherealness to her tone and power that's really hard to achieve. People can work their entire life to get that balance and not achieve that kind of tone quality. It's gorgeous. And I can't get over just how clear it is all at the same time. Even though it sounds like a full body kind of sound, it feels clear at the same time. It's beautiful. It's like haunting, but like it's not as if your ghost didn't have any shape, right? It's like a ghost that has real form. Oh, wow. I love the way that we transferred from her voice going up into this incredible synth. This synth that came in it feels like it was almost taken from sounds in her voice. They're thinking, okay, how can we get the essence of Debbie, but with like a sawtoothy kind of extra sound? It brought both the power and the ethereal into the synth. Really cool. Also, really good bell modification for that belt. Ooh, one more time. I have the most ridiculous comparison to make, and I'm not going to apologize for it. I think that last section had a lot of spacey vibes, right? I dig spacey vibes. I love science. I love space. I'm really, I fall on that nerd spectrum very, very clearly. So there's a moment here I was like, oh, is this a little bit like Back to the Future? I get some Back to the Future vibes in the music. Nah, yeah, but, and then I realized she's saying, call me. I was like, oh my gosh, what if E.T. was hanging out with Debbie? And like, instead of E.T. phone home, it was E.T. call me. She's like, hey, yeah, when you're there, give me a call anyhow. This would be the song that E.T. and Blondie would write. I'm just going to say, knowing that they cut this often for other things, this moment where they yelled out, call me, that would have been a perfect reintroduction to the chorus. So I'm guessing this next part coming up may not be familiar even to some of y'all who are joining in. I'm kind of excited. I always get excited when I know that listeners are going to be experiencing something new, especially if it's by their favorite artist. If they get to experience that with me, I feel that there's a lot of really awesome discoveries that we make, especially when we're in live premiere chat together. That's super cool. And I want to encourage you. A lot of people come to the channel because they see their favorite artist and they see an analysis of them. They want to know more about them. They want to fall more in love with their favorite artist. But I think that the people that get the most out of the channel are the ones that actually go with me to the unknown, that maybe explore something they never thought, don't recognize, they never thought they would like that style before. I think that that's also when you start to get really deep into the community and how wonderful the Charismatic Voices community is. It is so supportive. It is so positive. It's one of those like golden areas on the internet. So please, I want to encourage you. Maybe go find a Charismatic Voice video that doesn't have over 100,000 views on it. Go look for one that isn't quite that viewed and see if you aren't shocked by what's there. Maybe you'll fall more in love with music in general from that video. That's what I hope for you. And then maybe you'll come and join me in a premiere sometime when it's an artist that you don't know. It's really enriching. Okay, go back to this section now. Oh, that's E.T. Call Me. These sounds are essentially a lot shorter, a little more slap is what I would call it. I liked the sweeping instrument in the back, first of all. It feels like we almost have this scanner happening. But her vocal in this part, it got so much sass while maintaining the power. You know, I felt like there was this little turn up the whole time. It was just super, super awesome. Just so you know, I've been hard at work today and I am being rewarded.
I've been called.
Call me. If y'all didn't already think that I have the best husband in the world, I just want you to know I got a full steak dinner right here. Even like a little bit of cab, I think, to go with it. Cheers and thank you.
You're welcome.
You know what's going to happen now? Oh, I love this. I love this. As we continue through the rest of the song, I want you to think about what kind of food or drink is Blondie's, I should say Debbie's voice. We might even pick out some of these synths and decide what kind of food or drink is represented by a synth too. Let's do it. Let's foodify the whole song. Here we go. That's good. Food-wise, we're going to have to think of some sort of food that is pretty. Her voice is extremely pretty, I think. It has to have like a bite to it. It's going to have both that like airy quality and some power, some sort of like heft behind it. This is going to be a really difficult food to come up with, y'all. I have not stumbled upon the answer yet. But I wanted to give you some qualities of what this food, I mean, it could be a drink, but I just feel like it's going to be a food because of the amount of power she has. Like that is That's the kind of thing that should sit a little heavier in my stomach. Right? Okay, let's go back, keep pondering this. I've got some ideas for you, and I'm being inspired by the mashed potatoes on my plate. I really like potatoes. I know it sounds like, really, Elizabeth, can't we be fancier? I don't think that Debbie's voice is mashed potatoes. Okay, just gonna put that out there. Though mashed potatoes can get really fancy, y'all. Um, but have you ever had these like really fancy, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember what they're called. There is these potatoes that are layered with a bechamel sauce. Um, we might be going in like this kind of direction, something that is like, it's hearty, right? There's a base to this sound that is just really well-rounded. But then we'd have to have something fluffy on top, something spicy about it. Like maybe there are all kinds of ways to make a potato just like the most amazing. And you can't just go for a mashed because that's going to be a bit too simple for her, okay? Even though I love them. It's going to have some sort of like a kick, an unexpected element. Like it can't just be rosemary or sage. There's got to be something extra special. We might venture into other foods, but guys, keep helping me out with this. Let's have this big food discussion in chat. By the way, one of the reasons I think that food or I should say taste and hearing are so good to compare is because the senses where they're processed in our brains are actually just really super close together. They're like right beside each other. And I feel that those senses have more in common to each other than our other ones do. Think about that. Such a good moment. This like little break right before it dove back into that chorus. I love that. Refresh my ears. That's very sexy. Okay. We're going to have to abandon the potatoes idea because her voice is way too sexy for potatoes. Oh, I actually kind of think potatoes are a little bit sexy, but not like as sexy as her voice just sounded here. So we're going to abandon that. But I did come up with an idea for the sweeping synth. A lot of the synths in the background of this, they have almost has like a fizz to it or a sharpness or a brilliance of flavor that comes on really quickly and then just sweeps across your whole mouth. So I think that these different scents are like different kinds of sherbets, right? That sudden bright flavor that just sweeps across your tongue. I think that each of these scents is almost like a different kind of a rainbow sherbet just going on there. I like it. Okay, but we got to keep working on Blondie's voice here, or Debbie's voice. Oh my! Oh my! Okay, serious question. Should her voice be an aphrodisiac? Oh my gosh. I think I might have come up with it. I think I might have it. But follow me down this road of thinking here. I'm going to go back And then I'm going to tell you what I think can represent her voice within the food kingdom. Oh my goodness, this section is so delightful. We're going to go back and listen to it all again, but before that, we're going to talk about the food I think she is. Debbie's voice is an oyster. I know people have mixed feelings about oysters, but I think you guys can follow me here. I think it's an oyster, right? There's some heft there, but not too much. And if you put like a little foam in it, I love it when oysters have some sort of special foam with them. That gets that like bubbliness of her voice. The oysters are a little bit edgy, right? You've got some sea saltiness that's going to be involved there. There's usually some sort of really bright lemony kind of thing that's going to get in there. And I think that obviously they're very sexy. So that's it. Debbie's voice is an oyster that is done up very nicely with some sort of foam and definitely has some lemony elements as well. Oh, great, great voice. It's almost jazzy. Like, it's got that sultry jazz thing. Oysters can be eaten in a sultry jazz club. Do you guys hear this, like, synth that's doing this? I think I missed it the first time because I was just loving her very sexy sounds. This synth just did this whole up and around thing that was kind of crazy. This feels intoxicating. What is that synth? Ooh, ooh. It's right there now. What awesome sound spatialization. This might be about phone sex. Just saying. I was going to go back in hard to a chorus, I think. There were even elements, I think, of The Great Gig in the Sky, I think was the name of the track by Pink Floyd in there. It's got some bluesy, jazzy. Oh boy, this is so delightful to hear her voice more expanded. She's capable of so much with her voice. And I think, honestly, even in this song, we get just not even 50% of what she's capable of. This woman can sing. Oh, not a chorus. Unexpected. Oh. Pitch bends. They get me. Every time. Every time. Pitch bends. Man. Woof. Woof. Have another green bean. Woof. Ah. So it sounded like they essentially went through a whole chord pattern of a chorus, maybe another verse even during that instrumental break. I understand, like, this is the extended version here. This is, or maybe it's just the normal version. All the other ones are shortened. I enjoy hearing how they've just relished in the soundscape they've created each time. It feels like they are exploring so many fun combinations of sound. The synths. There's like a little flicky one. Almost felt like we were raining nerds at one point. It was super, super fun. Just shout out to bands that aren't that don't shy away from taking the time to explore sound like this, right? It's almost progressive, but not quite. We're still in the same chapter. All right, let's maybe finish it out here. Final chorus, we'll see. One of the ways that I identify her voice as sassy is when she gives us a slide underneath the pitch with a little bit of bite to the sound. That happens in Time. I'll point it out exactly a couple different times to rewind. Right there, Time. Over time, I think, was the line. At the very end of it, she hits the pitch and then she purposely goes under and gives it a little extra bite. And she's actually already starting to do this, like hit pitch and go underneath it a tiny bit earlier on, but that's when it becomes the most pronounced. I feel like we have a synth in there that is essentially some sort of alarm, like warning us the end of the song is approaching. And I'm trying to figure out what would that be? Is that when you get to the end of a dish? Oh no, I know what it is. It's when you have that whole pot of tea. Gosh, I'm such a tea freak, y'all. But you have that pot of tea and it's been on your tea warmer on your desk, for a couple hours. So there's just a couple leaves that managed to stay in there. I really do have a tea warmer on my desk and do whole pots of teas. And then towards the end of it, just staying warm, it naturally becomes more bitter. So I feel like we could rephrase the entire song and just think about it as one pot of tea. And that's because tea is amazing, y'all. It's amazing. Tea is so good for you. I love tea. There's the alarm of the bitterness of the leaves at the end of your teacup. She sounds so available. I like this song. Once again, thank you to everyone who joined us in that live stream and recommended this song. I hope that you all will check out the Kickstarter that this is all working towards. It's about vocal research, supporting vocal research. And that research goes so much more beyond just knowing what's inside of a voice. It's about taking all of that information and applying it to our world and to global health. It's about learning how to use this to help cure cancer. I kid you not. It is currently in research and has had lots of great results from testing. It's about using this to cure heart disease, which already has some great research behind it. Also, any sort of mental health. So, vocal research Kickstarter, y'all. Thank you for your support on this. I hope that you'll continue to support the charismatic voice and make this dream a reality. And please continue to think about how delicious food is and how it can be compared to music as well. If you want to see some more videos where I talk about food and music, it's fun. You'll probably get hungry. Here's a playlist, and may you fall more in love with music every day. Before we can do that, I have to have a bite of this amazing steak. Editors, I don't think you need to include this part unless you think it's worth including. You can if you want to.
Okay.
But I just have to have a bite of this steak. This is filet. Mmm. And I've had so little to eat today too. Mmm. Oh my god, it even has a demi-glaze on it. Whoa. And garlic butter. Wow. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm gonna be dripping in saliva for like the rest of this filming. This is so good. This is ridiculous. And this is why Kirk is gonna have an amazing cooking channel. Oh my word. Oh. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. Okay. Blondie.